main topic today is Zoë Kravitz, one of the sexiest actresses on the planet, has been cast as Catwoman in the Matt Reeves. Now, first of all, just to let everybody know, and I think Jay Washington deserves a credit on this. What a year Lisa Bonet is having! Yeah. Or last year, the Warner Brothers money is coming into that household.
Hardcore.
Very much so, because now she not only is her husband Aquaman. Now her daughter is Catwoman, and Zoë Kravitz is playing Catwoman, and I love this choice because I think that Catwoman needs to be sassy, sexy, tough, and I think that Zoë Kravitz has proved in all of her roles that she is that. And to see her kind of bounce back and forth with Pattinson, this is pretty cool casting.
Sometimes the most obvious choice is the right one.
Yeah,
it was so obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? There's not one thing about her that wouldn't make her perfect for this. I've watched her movies. I've watched her on television. She's a ridiculously talented actress. Not to mention, like you said, she's absolutely stunning. She looks like she could be Catwoman in every part of the way. Yeah. There's nothing about the casting that's like tricky.
And I don't want to hear anything like, "Oh, Catwoman's black." Well, first of all, so was Halle Berry. Yeah. And second of all, so was and in the '60s we had
what's her
Julie
name?
Newmar.
No,
she's
God, what's her name?
Help me out.
Kid.
Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
So we've been here before. It's worked out. I mean, well, maybe not with Halle Berry. Halle Berry, and I said this though, Halle Berry didn't suffer from being a bad actress. The movie was atrocious.
Yeah,
the writing was atrocious, and the way that they marketed it was awful. Mm-hmm. I think that she is going to be a great Catwoman. How do you feel about this?
Okay, so Zoë Kravitz in the last season of
Big Little Lies
was horrendous. Like they just
really?
wasted her character.
But not a performance.
Not her. The writers and the directors, and I mean this is my opinion. I think they just wasted Zoë Kravitz's character because in season 1 she was the best character in the show.
Yeah. She spends a lot of mopey time.
Yeah.
A lot of mopey time. The entire season is her moping.
I thought she did a great job with it, but I know what you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But you'd think they didn't give her enough to do it.
Right. Okay. They gave her nowhere near enough.
It's like every note was just be sad.
Just
But
be
she
sad.
did show that from comparison to season 1, that showed emotional range because we didn't see that season 1.
Sure, but in season 1 she was Catwoman.
Yeah, and there were some sudden decisions that were made in that show with her character. Like, well, where did that come from?
Totally. I didn't understand half of it. But Zoë Kravitz as Catwoman makes all the sense in the world. I want her see her as a badass in everything she does. So give me this all day. Like they're making the right decisions Warner Brothers is right now with casting.
Yeah, I'm getting really excited about this movie. Yeah. It's weird to think about. It's similar to like Suicide Squad, where you're like, okay, they're doing another Batman movie, but the cast, the people that are behind it, and especially after seeing Joker, like it's really, this movie could be really good.
Are you guys hoping that Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne are makey outy?
Of course,
yes.
Always.
Yeah, so that's
always
what
bring, dude. That's
makey outy.
Batman Returns when Michelle Pfeiffer licks Michael Keaton, and he like literally takes this. He takes her spit and puts it in his mouth with his tongue. Bring back spit swapping to superhero movies is what I want.
That sounds
well,
good to me.
Okay. The other thing, though,
that freaking scene.
And you kind of mentioned it or alluded to it, is that Matt Reeves is in charge of this thing, right? And and I bring this up all the time. I loved Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which was Rupert Wyatt, and I was bummed when he left the project. Then, when Reeves came in, I was like, oh, this guy did let me in. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be. And Dawn is my favorite out of the.
Great.
And I love the last one. I thought he knew the character. He knew how he gets great performances out of his actors.
It's a great trilogy of movies.
It really is.
Really
and
is.
I think that he's going to be. That's the difference we were just saying with Halle Berry's Catwoman. She had a Petoff or whatever it is. Exactly. Bad director. Doesn't have a vision, didn't have a great vision, and I think that Matt Reeves has a particular vision. You look at everyone that's been cast thus far, and this is going to be kind of a cool. It looks like a cool, young, sexy Batman.
Yeah, interesting
franchise.
That they said. Variety says that in recent weeks the role came down to Zoë Kravitz and Zazie Beetz, which I am.
And Isaac Gonzalez from Baby Driver.
And
I
more
like her
people
too.
as well, Alicia Vikander. But to me, Zazie Beetz would have been absolutely the wrong pick for this role. And
How come?
Because she is too too girl next story, endearing, sweet in that way, as opposed to Zoe, who has edge.
Right.
Zazie doesn't have that kind of edge to me.
Well, Zoe has like the actual original superhero story because her parents are Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet.
Right.
So,
She also has a Warner Brothers connection already with Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
So,
She was
True.
also not allowed to audition for The Dark Knight Rises because she was told that it was what's the let me look. She said something that was they weren't going for that kind of casting. She was like
Audition for Dark Knight Rises for what role? She
For
would.
Cat-
you mean
Catwoman.
instead of Anne Hathaway?
yeah.
You're saying Zoe Kravitz?
wow.
Yeah,
How
let me
old
go.
would she have been?
Back then, it was 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, let me see.
No,
I
Seven.
guess it was
7, 8 years
around
ago.
Days of Future
Well,
Past
she's
when
got to
she
be
did.
31 now, right? How old is she now? 30. So yeah, she was probably like 21, 22. She looks more and more like Sinead DeFries every day, though.
Yeah, she does. This is what she said. According to Kravitz, she had allegedly been told she was too urban. In the last Batman
Really?
movie, they told me that I couldn't get an audition for a small. Maybe it wasn't Catwoman. For a small role they were casting because they weren't going urban. It was like, what does that have to do with anything? I have to play the role like, yo, what's up, Batman? What's going on with you? I can't do it. I'm white.
Well done, Ryan.
I just going back for a second. I love Zazie Beetz. Nothing to do with
No,
that.
no,
I
no,
just
no,
don't
no,
think
she's
that
great.
this
No,
is
but
the
I get
role
what
for
you're
her.
saying.
Same thing with Lisa
Yeah.
Vikander. Lisa Vikander to me is a phenomenal actress.
I agree.
And I actually really want to see a second Tomb Raider.
But she is an action star, so I could see that a little more.
I could, but I just
This is
there's
better
something
casting,
about
though.
her with Alicia Vikander doesn't have that kind of rough edge to her. She plays tough,
Yeah.
but rough is different. And I think that I would much rather. And sorry if I offended anyone on this one. I think she's a much better Lara Croft than Angelina Jolie ever was.
Sure.
I think she's way more true to the video game character, and I'm looking forward to that second movie. But when I see all of those people that were potentially cast, I think that she makes the most sense. Kravitz said it.
Well, and also
100%.
because you can't like to me, Michelle Pfeiffer is always going to be Catwoman. Like she's amazing, and you can't replace her. So I think this is actually a really smart choice, and that Zoe brings a. You have to bring like a different sort of edginess and craziness to
Yeah.
the character, and I don't. And
true.
all the actresses that you're mentioning, I think Zoe's the best one to.
I think so.
get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Anne Hathaway was never really Catwoman.
I liked her as Catwoman.
I think she did a fine job.
What do you
I
mean?
just
Like, well, I don't know.
I liked her as Catwoman.
she was
But
good,
she was
but
Catwoman.
not-
So what do you mean?
Like, she wasn't that good as Catwoman. Like, she,
Oh, that's different.
Do you
I-
know, like,
I thought
but
you
she
meant
never was like. We never got like a cool little
right.
origin story. We never got like I'm Catwoman. Like, I don't know. It's just like
I think she was
Get off that
good,
page
but
for a second.
the
Look,
writing
look,
wasn't
look.
as good.